All right. So, after an extremely rocky start on PC, which is where I play my fighting games, I have been for a while now. Um, we're going to talk about Mortal Kombat 1 Chaos Reigns, right? We're going to talk about what I've been doing in the game, what I like, what I don't like so far, what I haven't done as far as this game goes. Because I've got some other videos planned to explain a lot more in depth on things like the Towers of Time. Now that I've actually given it a good amount of time, figuring out what the goal is with the point system and stuff like that, right? So first and foremost, right? And because it's a free update, this is good. When I look at this screen, I see Mortal Kombat, right? Now you can swap between the new era first screen menus and stuff to this one. The actual menu, itself hasn't changed, but the actual background has. When I look at this, I see Mortal Kombat. Straight up. This is exactly what I see, right? It's dark, it's foreboding, it has an element of fear to it. You got the skulls lying around, you got skulls in the trees, you got the brokenness in the background. And this is all a free update. So this is really, really good, right? This is really, really good, all right? Obviously, we got the updated character select screen as well, which is really nice. Apparently, Ed Boon has stated that they are actually going to be bringing in, or looking at the possibility at least, of bringing in the ability to choose your palettes and stuff like this on this screen. I think that is highly necessary to getting the amount that we're getting, that we need to have that in the game. Currently, so far, I'll just move my camera out of the way. You can see that we do have 2 empty slots on either side. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that we're still getting some secret character, maybe 2. I don't know, right? We'll see, I suppose. But yeah, now we'll just jump quickly just to showcase just how the classic towers look. But again, right, this is a nice quality of life change, right? So obviously the towers have been altered. Again, it's not this bright, colorful, beautiful thing. It's now darker. There's destruction. And this is exactly what was needed for this particular layout here. So this looks a lot better. This looks a lot better when it comes to the actual tower execution and stuff like that. Very much needed, right? We needed to have Mortal Kombat at least feeling like Mortal Kombat. Now, don't get it wrong. I am still extraordinarily aware of all the issues that still plague this game. I am looking at everything online right now, and all the only pros and people like that are constantly posting is just 40%, 50%, 60% combos. The ultimate issue with this game when it comes to the gameplay has not changed. It's still there, and it's still going to be an actual problem itself, right? But, and I will say this, I have spent a considerable... I haven't played the story, by the way, because my son loves to play the Mortal Kombat story with me, like playing it with the previous games. And so we're doing it with this one together. So I haven't played the story. I've heard it isn't very good, or it isn't very long either. So I can't comment on that whatsoever. But I have spent a considerable amount of time in Towers of Time, right? And Towers of Time, to me, is good enough to never warrant going online ever again. There's no need to go online. Unless you just, want pain and anxiety. There's no need to go online. Now, in the data mine files, apparently there is no teaser. There is no teaser for the next Invasion season, which sounds like it's actually going to be the last season, which will be amazing, right? Because this right here, we don't need anything else. Invasions, don't need it, right? Even the shrine, you could get rid of that and pour all the content into here. So I've spent a lot of time on here. In fact, I have not played Invasions at all. And I have leveled up my invasions level that you can see right there to level 14 on its way to level 15, right? I have also leveled up Noob Cybot to, I think he's almost level 10 by just playing in this area alone, right? Which is pretty good, okay? Now, I'll talk about this briefly. You'll see here that my points currently at the moment, you got your weekly that you can do. So, like, I encourage everyone to do that because you do get dragon crystals for it, right? And there's 13 days, so essentially this is a 2-week thing, right? And I have experienced the decay already. So I did kind of the first bunch of challenges. When you finish these challenges, by the way, right, they'll reset immediately, right? So you'll see the hard challenge here. If I go ahead and do rain fatalities, like 10 of them, I'll get the item, I'll get the points, and then that will reset too, right? Within that time frame. So obviously the weekly one doesn't. 6 days, 1 hour left. The easy challenge are the same. In fact, if you do the easy challenge for, say, connecting jump kicks, that then will, from what I've had experience with so far, will actually move down to the next challenge level. So instead of connecting 15 jump kicks, it'll be 30 jump kicks or something like that, right? It tells you all the points that you get. Those points add up, right? Now, obviously, the way this system works is that if you've got more and more people around you earning more points than you will start to go down the list. So I got, I think earlier today, I think I had about 80 points and I was top 5%, right? And then what happened is that I didn't play all day. I came back and I'd gone down to top 10%, right? Because obviously, and I'm assuming this is probably what's happened, is that people have, you know, probably done the weekly challenge, which isn't too difficult. It's not too difficult to do this one. And also, you know, they've, you know, obviously probably, you know, gotten other points and ground out some of the stuff. So the way it works is that, you know, when the clock strikes 0, whatever percentage you're at, you'll get all those rewards. This literally, as far as I'm concerned, is, you know, more than enough to never have to go online again. Ever. Ever. You don't ever have to go online ever again. Right? So, and that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. I just feel no need. Particularly this Kombat League season is just absolutely laughable. The rewards are just hilarious. You know, like, it's just, there's no reason to play online with this game. You can literally play offline and have a good time. Now, the most I've been spending with these characters is Noob Cybot. I actually have spent a little bit of time with the condiment ladies, condiment bitches, right? If we can say that. So I was gonna go 2-player to, yeah, it doesn't matter, right? Whatever. So yeah, they're not, the movesets are good. Their movesets are actually good. As far as like stages go, the new stages are phenomenal. They look amazing. Like, and I've said this since day one, the stages carry the game, right? All 4 new stages look great. Even the stages that actually have, you know, some different variations as well. I think though, I think the next ality type thing that they need to bring in, that they need to start working on immediately, is stage fatalities, right? They've done a great job, but we need to have stage fatalities. Now, talking about the characters themselves, right? Noob Cybot he's a lot of fun, right? He's a lot of fun. He's really, really good, right? You can do a lot of classic stuff that I used to back in the day, like jump kick and his teleport grab when she lets me, right? Can't talk and fight at the same time. It's just awful, right? Some of his movesets are really good, right? They've done a really good job with that. So he's a lot of fun. He's a lot of fun to play with. He's got tons of moves. I mean, he's got a ridiculous amount of moves. It is crazy, like how much stuff he's got, right? You can see the backgrounds, they look really good. I can go into more depth with these characters as well. I'm just sort of doing a quick show here, right? So that's, and he's got tons, even his throws like really cool. He's got his ghost ball. It looks really good as well. It's nice, right? Pop him up. So yeah, no, they've done a fantastic job with Noob Saibot, right? And obviously the colors that you can see in his chest, as well as certain colors on the uniform, are obviously changeable with the different palettes as well, right? So, and that's and the reason why I'm also doing Towers of Time, because I was curious about whether or not, you know, I was curious about like the grind. Like, is it a suitable place to grind up your characters? I think it is. I think it might be actually. I haven't done. I tried doing some of the harder towers. I tried doing. I tried doing the seasonal tower, not the seasonal tower, the one where you can get the past season pallets. And the game crashed. This was like earlier today. The game has de novo for those that are on PC, so it's just awful. They need to get rid of that shit. It's just absolute just AIDS for everything. It slows the games down. It interferes with everything. Not to mention the game is constantly online anyway, right? So that's like a major issue too, right? As far as like her moveset goes, it's not bad. Like she's got a little like flu snot ball, right? You know, her moves are okay, right? You got the enhanced net in there as well, which kind of reminds me of the Predator net that like pins you to stuff. But like she's fine. Like she's serviceable, right? She's got a teleport. Can't do it in the air though, unless you can. No, you can't do it in the air, right? What's her bomb? What's her bomb one? There we go. Yeah, she's got her bombs. You can even like do duds of them as well. So if you hold down B, you know, they don't, like, you can fake people out with that sort of stuff, right? But she's fine. Like, you know, it just sucks that we got female versions of Cyrax and Sector, right? Because the actual move sets that they actually have are really good, right? The actual special moves that they have, because that's what I look. I don't care that much for combos. I'm just looking at the special moves and going, oh yep, that looks really cool, right? There was another move that Noob does. Like, Noob is just stacked with special moves. He's got one move where you press down 4, and it's like this vertical hit. It's hard to time, but like to nail him with it, but it is pretty good, right? It is pretty good. So, hang on, there we go. Change it out. Great, Tanya. So yeah, so I obviously haven't finished the story, which means I haven't got unlocked any of the additional outfits that you unlock by finishing the story from what I've read, including, from what I understand, Empress Tanya, which is probably her most superior skin out of the entire game for Tanya. So I'm actually looking forward to playing as Tanya, because now she doesn't look like that, right? But yeah, and even like Sector's moves are really good, right? Like, they've done a really good job with her as far as like special moves go, but they gender swapped them, right? So now, like, for the first time, we get like Sector and Cyrax back, you know, and they're stuck in this particular, you know, gender, right? So yeah, they've got a lot of special moves, right? And it's pretty cool. I'll give it that. Like, they've done a good job. I've always said that. They've done a pretty good job when it comes to special moves. But I will tell you this, right? The other characters, they need to also start adding some special moves back, I think, to a lot of the other characters. Some characters don't need them. Some of them have a lot. But there's a lot of characters in the roster that could probably do with simply just an additional special move. Like what they did with Reptile, you know, giving him his actual, like, acid ball spit. Rather than the force ball as well. Overall, like, again, I haven't finished the story. I haven't even played the story. Overall, like, and again, even if you don't buy this game, it's feeling more like Mortal Kombat in its aesthetics. The music is far better. Like, the music in the menu is far better. Feels a lot more Mortal Kombat-y. That's a term, I know, I just made that up. Than what we had before. The new characters are fine, like they're great moves. They look good. It just sucks, again, with the gender swap crap. But the fundamental issue, and this is why I'm actually encouraging people not to play online, right? Because if you're playing offline, right, I think you'll have a better time with this game, to be perfectly honest. I think you'll have a much, much, much better time with this game because, you know, all the stuff I'm being shared on social media, everyone and their grandma's going to copy it. They're going to get online. They're going to just do the same crap that we've been experiencing for the last year, and that's an issue. As far as the PC port goes, the launch was pretty rough. I mean, if you guys were watching my live stream, it kept crashing. I think I've clocked in about over 22 crashes in the last 24 hours for this game. Now, since the game has launched, maybe the servers have settled down. Maybe it was all tied in with Denuvo. Maybe it was all tied in with connecting online for everything. Everything you do in this game is constantly phoning home to register everything that you're doing. So it seems a little bit more stable now, perhaps. But so far, it's not bad, right? Again, I haven't finished the story. That could change my mind even more, and it probably will. But the new characters, they've done a good job on. I just ignore, the crap that I see online where they go, oh, we can do 60% combos. It's like, yeah, what about the rest of the game? Right? What about the endings? What about the aesthetics? Do you talk about anything else apart from the fucking combos? Right? There's got to be a lot more to it than that. Right? Also, yeah, okay. So the animalities too. They've added a lot of brutalities in the game. You guys know I don't care all that much for that. They've added a lot of, like the brutalities, obviously added in the animalities. Animalities so far are fine. Like they're just, I mean, look, it's an actionable cutscene. You know, you press the buttons and off you go and you just watch it, right? And they're fine. Like they're in the game. I just really hope that we actually get stage fatalities. I think the next thing that they need to bring back with this game is stage fatalities. You have to do it. You have to do it, right? If you look at this stage right now with all the swinging axes in the back, the stage fatality for this would be easy. You grab them, you throw them down the hallway, they get burnt and then they get cut in half. Easy peasy, right? Just very easy to do. Right? I think that should be the next thing. I think adding in a lot of the free stuff, a lot of the quality of life changes, you know, everything from the menu aesthetic, the towers of time, all that sort of stuff is a big deal to try and at least get some goodwill back. But like, I think to save everyone's sanity, don't play this game online. Just don't, right? It only gets worse and worse and worse, right? Because you're just fighting against constant sweat lords and clowns out there, and it's just, you are better off. This, now that we have Towers of Time, it is far better to play this game 100% offline, right? Because it looks like through Towers of Time, given that every 2 weeks it resets with the points, every 2 weeks it looks like you can get a whole bunch of gear. You can access previous seasonal content through the tower that's available there that you're going to spend 2,500 coins on. I think now, at the very least, there's enough offline content to warrant never going online to play. Unless you're playing with friends, right? Unless you're playing with friends, I wouldn't worry about it, right? But currently, like, my favorite part about this expansion, apart from the characters, that, again, like I said, they did a good job. They didn't need to gender swap them. They could have left them as men. Right? There was no necessary reason to swap them as to be women, right? The characters are fine, and the Towers of Time, I think, is really, really good as well. So, anyway, guys, I'll leave it there. Let me know what you think. How are you guys traveling with this? Catch you next time.